Alright, time to hate myself for the next 2.5 hours. Unfortunately, I'll have to be off by like 9:30, so let's make this count while we're here. Alright, there's that. Oh my god, he's still around? Wow, talk about a Legatum throwback. There's Drift Panda of all places. God, I believe this is the Boomer server. Oh yeah, we're gonna go get the buffs and stuff because we're probably gonna try this today. Excuse, you're right here. Wait, where are you? You're right here.
Make your move first. Taking an action is the best
For reals, though. Taluni cabin. You woke up an hour and 1 minute ago? Nice. I have been up for quite a while. Come on, there's a point right here where we can get up on this darn rock. There, at least I can grab something if I need it. Okay. All right, hour number 1. Let's get her done. God. $287.5. All right. There's a tent here, but nobody's here. I'd have seen him rotate around right now. Oh yeah, let's just go ahead and put this into night vision mode, because we're about to get into nighttime. Still a diamond? I mean, you probably will stay that now. You'll probably get attacked right towards the end, so you need to save your attacks for around reset if you absolutely need to. Because, like, I have, like, a couple guys that pick me off, but then I immediately send them back down to the nether realm, and then I just wait to where when I get to a pretty decent spot, we all kind of chill, and then they realize that if they attack me and I let it sit, they know they're doomed because I'll send them back about 10 minutes before reset. They don't play that time. So I ultimately gain the higher rank for free. I really need to buy a new headset cable because that is really annoying at cutting out. Like, it still works. It still... as soon as you tweak it, it'll reset back to both ears, and it's just it's the cable, because I can touch right here. It's got a bent wire or something in the it's got a bent wire or something down there that is causing it to short out, and it's not in a place where it can be soldered, so that doesn't make sense. So we're gonna get the full night buff too. So that actually takes us up to 290. I mean, we're literally 3% away from 300. So this is as best as it's gonna get for me. Alright, there we go. Item count. Let's see how this goes. So annoying. As long as I keep my head super still, it'll stay in spot. I would say this has been one of the better headsets I've ever owned. I just had to buy 2 cables for it since. We're gonna just put a little bit more time on this server. Like a couple more runs. I don't know how many more we'll do. If we'll do just this one today on Arsha, and then jump back. Because I technically have spent 6 mil more than I needed to. Well, I just realized something. I spent 6 mil more than I needed to. Because of the PvP buffs. But it's fine. And I mean, I'm also technically consuming, I'd have consumed EXP food, so I mean, it roughly balances out there. So but there is a higher cost, you know, in running this, and it's veg out. Like, I'm losing the combat EXP from my crystals too, because I would just run EXP crystals here. There would be no point in running the full combat stuff. While I do gain a little bit extra stamina, which is nice, I'm so far over capped here that I could take off half my accessories and still grind this place perfectly fine. Like, that's how far over capped I am for this place. But it's fine. If this had a treasure drop that was higher than the Atanis, you know, like something that wasn't the Atanis element, I would totally agree. Like, grinding trees right now would probably be a much better money-making term. Or somewhere else, you know, that drops like the Tungrad rings, like they were talking about Prodi Cave. But when I went and did the math on Garmoth for everything, it's actually worse than Poly's. My number specifically for Poly Forest is better than the Valk average at Prodi. The difference is you get a you do get the Tungrad ring drop, which if you value that, great. If not, great. You know, you can go somewhere else. For me, because I know I'm going to be grabbing that second Gentina's pen ring, it's not really as valuable to me, because both my rings will be that. And yeah, the Tungrad rings are a little bit better, but that's money that can go elsewhere. And honestly, I'm not really losing that much money by not grinding there. Like, with the Tungrad ring drop, it's slightly better in terms of money. Slightly. You don't get the Tungrad ring. This is actually better by about 20%. And we're excluding the Atanis Element number, by the way. That's not counting that. That's excluding what Atanis Elements would run, and we're looking at the straight silver and overall sellable stuff that you could easily obtain money with. Like, I don't count the Lemuria gear as sellable income because it's bonus when you get it, but it's not going to be something you're guaranteed every time. So it's cool though. Hello there. How's it going, Omens? How you doing today? How is your internet hanging out? Well, I don't think it actually was your internet, honestly, my friend. I think what it was something. I think it was something to go along with your connection to Twitch was not getting established properly. Is what I was guessing from your issues. Doing good. It's freaking cold. I would imagine. It was better today, not great. Is that a common occurrence for you, or is it a really just like random thing? Rare and random. Okay, then it definitely seems like it's a connection to the Twitch server issue. Not a, not like a internet ISP issue. So, and nothing. That's usually a good sign it's Twitch. That happens to me occasionally. I used to have a lot more issues with it back in the day, but they were all, that's also before we had the immense amount of Twitch servers, connection servers that we could get into. Like, for a longest time, I had to get one out of state. So no worry. Look, I'm just there to support you and hang out. Like, we get technical stuff happens. It happens, it's a part of streaming, you know? I've been there, mid-stream, click, internet gone. Nothing I can do, stream's over. I have no internet for the next hour and a half, because the ISP decided, hey, we're gonna be working in the area, and we're gonna shut it completely down. We're good today. Been up about 7 hours now, and we're getting on the grind for a little bit, see what we can do for Atanis Elements. Of course one would spawn. It's always right when I go to dash away, it finally pops up that message. Yeah, we're giving it the good old college try, you know? We're gonna make sure when I am done with this, I never want to look at Polly's Forest ever again. That's what we're doing. But there is a good chance that I will burn out doing this. And when that's gonna be fine, I'll push through the burnout. I do have that will. But chances are, when I get the potion pieces, I'll back off Black Desert for a while, and we'll probably stream other stuff for a bit. But since this is the best and really only time I can dedicate this kind of time, because I don't want to spend... my thing is, I don't want to spend 140 days, I think is what it roughly would average out to. if I just did it, you know, randomly at like at dinner or pop on for 1 hour here, an hour there on stream, it would take too long. And it would take me long enough that I would never really get a chance to go look at other things on Black Desert. So the way I look at it is, I do this now, stream suffers with me for the next 70-something hours, and then we chill, we take a break, and then when we come back to some Black Desert in a couple weeks after that, we can go enjoy some other grind spots. We can check out some stuff. I get it. You inspired me, actually. I'm gonna finish the quest on a striker. Nice! Congratulations! That's gonna be a fun journey for you. So you're enjoying the striker? Now, forgive me, I don't remember. You said your main was what? And I don't believe it was striker. I believe striker is the new one you've been playing. Or maybe it is striker and it was something else you were messing around with. I can't remember. Ended up on striker? Okay. That makes sense. It's me, Burger King. Hello, King of Burgers. How's it going in the lounge of the BK? Good morning. Hello there. A rather shiny chest has appeared. Whoops. I messed up.com. I'll just do this, and I'll recover it this way. There we go. Like it never happened. Lurking, thanks. Hey, not a problem. Can I enable links on my newest video? You know, when people normally ask that, it's normally sus. You're starting to play Grand Blue? Nice. That's gonna be fun. Please? It's a song, and that means I really don't care. Here's the sad thing. I work in the music industry. I am so fed up with the music industry now, I don't even... I don't even listen to music on my own. I did. Put 60 bucks already. Wow. Holy crap. That's crazy. Bro, you don't know that evil. It's not a rickroll. That's exactly what you say before you do it. Even then, I promise you, I really don't care. And it's not me being rude, it's just, I really don't care. I don't listen to music anymore. The industry has literally ruined me. I hate so much. Like, there's so many people that I absolutely love and adore that nobody will ever... No! Dude, you're dumb enough to ask me this and you think it's not already enabled. That tells me you just come in and say this random crap to people. You can post it, it'll just get deleted. I promise you. Links are enabled already. I'll just delete it. That's all it is. And if it was a sus link, the mod thing already took care of it. That's how that happens. Like, I'm just gonna be real with you. You go to people's chats, and then you ask them, Oh, even better. It's just a couple seconds long. Yeah. How will you delete it if you're streaming? Dude, do you not think I have 2 monitors here and that I can just, like, alt-tab over to that YouTube page real quick and hit the moderation section? You said on my newest video, which means that's part of the YouTube comments. What do you think I am, 5? Do you not think I've been around on YouTube longer than you've been out of your dad's nutsack? I was around when YouTube was created, when literally it was because of a Super Bowl, and we all wanted to see Justin Timberlake rip the nipple cover off of Janet Jackson, or whatever her name was. Good lord. You act like you're dealing with some 15-year-old who's only been streaming a week. A+ for effort, though. I do give you A+ for effort. I do enjoy people like you. You do keep me laughing and sane, actually. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Is that a fighting game, Patrick? You just wanted to show me a funny video, but hey, just a second ago you said it was a song. So then what is it? Is it a song or is it a video? It's a funny song? Oh yeah, then even more reason why I don't care. Dude, if it's not jazz or like classical or film scores, there's an 85% chance I'm not listening to it regardless. Like, that's where I'm at in life. I'm a boomer at this point. Like, I really don't care. I've been through my edgy edgelord days of Green Day, Blink-182, Sum 41, System of a Down, you name it, it was back there. I want jazz? Dude, it's gotta be, like, Miles Davis. Like, hit me so- if you're gonna hit me with something good. If you're gonna hit me with something good, it needs to be, like, Miles Davis, or, like, the best ones are the unknown people. Those are where the real talent sits. Like, I'm not saying Miles Davis wasn't talented, or, Herbie Hancock wasn't talented. But some of these random, like, no-named jazz musicians, top quality. I know a jazz pianist that, oh my god. I am so lucky that I get to work with him. Alright, I'll check it out after stream. Because, it ain't getting played on stream. We've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. But, thanks for the link, we'll check it out later. And just know that if there is any sort of joking sound or whatnot in it, you will never be able to post you'll never be able to post a link or ever on a comment ever again, so just as a heads up. I don't play around with that stuff. I'm tired of dealing with it. Bruv, it ain't copyright. It's FNAF jazz? Then that's even worse. Yep, I'm only at Polly's for the Atanis. Yes, I did. And I did the math on Proddy Cave, and it doesn't come out better for a Valkyrie. Actually, it's worse than silver for me. Being that I have a level 20 node here, this actually works out better for me as a Valk. At the moment, or booty to mouth, whichever one you want to go with. That is what ATM means. Depends on context of who you're talking to. If you're talking to your girlfriend, ATM is a whole different thing. Or you could be the ATM, depending on what we're talking about, because she's gonna drain your bank account dry. Tongue guide rings and abyssal essences are the rainbow rings are decent value. The unfortunate thing is the rainbow rings are gonna hardly sell. The tongue guide rings are most of the value for the money there, so you are limited to that. So that's one downside of it, but we were looking at it, and mathematically, it's not really worth the effort. Hold on, let me check. We have 117 sitting on the market. So, I mean, they sell, but they're going to sell a little slow. Tongue grads will drop off enough with item drop rate decent high. Yeah, like I said, when I did the math on Prodi last night, because chat was actually talking to me about that, saying it was about right. Actually, Prodi has a worse Atanis drop rate. So, if I was going to take a... Kadri was interesting, but I could not, after all the tests I did, and I mean all the testing I did at Kadri's, I could not get Kadri's to drop more than 4 in 1 hour. And I put, I think, 6-8 hours at Kadri's, and I could not get more than 4 to drop an hour. Polly's is the only one that I've been able to get up into the 10 range. Your highest was 7. You, sir, are a legend. I sent an apology video. All right, we'll see what that ends up being later. Prodi's was like 6. So I'm averaging 7.3 right now at Polly's. Is the Valk average for me. The Garmoth average that I was looking at was 5.4, I believe, or 5.8 because of some of my runs recently. And then, but the overall, we're doing not bad. This is shaping up to be a pretty mid-run, honestly. Yeah, Valk has a couple issues. So here's one thing that I don't like about Kadri. I love the Kadri grind because of the scrolls and the Kadri ring drop. That made nice money. Because it actually made more money than I would make at Polly's. Outside the Atanis Elements. Like, if we took the Atanis Element out of the cost, I made more at Kadri's than I would make here. But, the issue that I ran into is the way I have to loop Kadri's as a Valk is very annoying and very long. I have to go around that whole place, the whole back area where the gatekeepers would sit, in order to do it. I can't sit in one area and just blast through and circle grind it. I have to run the whole thing, so the stair grind makes it very annoying to move as a Valk. If I was a Musa or a Ranger, I'd be able to go through that area a lot easier, and I wouldn't really have that. Awakened Corsair. I'm not 100% familiar with Awakened Corsair. What is their movement set like? Trash everywhere, couldn't pick it up. I mean, that sounds about like me when I'm there running through it. She has wild movement. You got T9 Defender Pilgrim. Nice. You've got Noah, right? Suck Corsair. Split Awakening's crazy movement. Okay. Interesting. Because what we're going to do is, once we get the mana pot at 300, I'm going to go to bring over the Ranger here to change things up for a little while. And we're going to run around with Awakened Ranger and blast this. she has range too, so she can hit packs without even... Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And Patrick, you asked, what am I doing in Black Desert? We are grinding for the Atanis Element, the thing up there above my character's name. We're trying to get 2 very special potion pieces. It is basically 30 bill worth of a grind that we're doing. I had a Pilgrim Death helm and boot for Noah already, and you want to know what I extra boot up and helm of? I don't have Castle Brian Medea right now, so I'm not doing a Atanis grind this week. I see. Well, congrats on the castle. If we lose, yeah, there are some guilds that just they can hang on to it for a long time. Do a rake and ranger and blood wolves. Well, so here's the long short story for me. The ranger is my ex-girlfriend. We've called her the crazy ex-girlfriend for a very long time for a reason. Because no matter what, I keep going back to her in some shape, form, or another. Now, I haven't been back, and I won't go back officially ever to her again. I cannot fully, like, play that play style anymore. What I got popular with Black Desert back in the olden days, you know, back when 250 gear score was the required gear score to get into the top-end Siege Guild. You know, like that back in the olden day. Back when A Ranger Awakening first came out, I was one of the only Valks to get the Awakening Destroyer of Dreams 6. No, just kidding. All 100 got the Destroyer of Dreams for that. But I did it a day later and I still got Destroyer of Dreams. So, but back in that day, I mained Ranger and Valkyrie. But Valkyrie is what I got popular for. That's what everybody knew me as, and that's what I played for the longest time. Dark Knight came out, and that's where I sold both my Ranger and my Valkyrie's gear. People thought I was crazy, but the Dark Knight looked like everything I wanted in a kit, and I rolled Dark Knight for a while. Then with guild stuff picking up, it was more beneficial for me to be a wizard, so I rolled off onto a wizard for the guild, and that's when I quit Black Desert for quite a long time. I came back for Guardian when she rolled around, and I sold... let me rephrase this. I turned about 5 figures worth of costumes into Cron Stones that I owned, and we rolled off of everything to say I would never play any other class other than Guardian ever again. Well, the only thing I was doing, the only thing that stopped me from doing that is all the life skill and tagging stuff. I had to come off the Guardian for that, because it was very annoying to deal with, so, yeah. Hey, my man, on the Big Kid channel right off the bat. Yep, I'm on the Big Kid channel for right now, and gonna collect a little bit more data, and we might go back. Because I'm not entirely sure the 280 buff chances, or 290 right now, is worth spending the extra money to stay buffed up. But fun story last night. So, I had brought my Valk over here just to sit, because in case I decided to, before I went to dinner, I brought my Valk over here. I'm just randomly chilling, because I realized that my Boss Alt Wizard didn't have the Fallen God chestplate. So I'm over here just taking on, and all of a sudden a Zerga just walks up on me and just like smashes me and kills me. I'm just standing there. Not harming his rotation. My tent's not out, my horse is just sitting there, and he plows me over. I'm like, what was that about? Just, he went on, and I'm like, alright, I guess he wants to tango, so I threw my gear back on, you know, that one piece of gear that I was missing, and grabbed my tent buff, and I went over and I basically clapped him, and he left. I'm like, bro, you didn't have to leave. I don't want the spot. I just came over to make sure my wizard had his chest plate put on. I said, because I was gonna get off and go dummy train for the night. I said, you just came over and ran me through. He's like, oh crap, I'm sorry. I'm like, bro, I was standing there. Literally in a maid, I think. Because I was trying to get the fuels for, to copy the one piece of gear. And he's like, oh crap, man. I'm like, bro, it's not like I was harming you or doing anything. I said, it's just you got eager beaver because you're running around flagged up and grabbed me, tossed me around like a little rag doll. I'm like, but anyway, come back and take your spot. I'm literally not here for it. I said, I thought you just wanted to go get a little frisky for a minute, so I didn't realize we were that separated in gear. He's like, yeah, I kind of popped you. I was like, I didn't have like 3 pieces on. Oh, he killed me pretty quickly though the first time, because like I said, I was missing the chest plate and something else was off too, because I'd accidentally clicked, I think the helm or the chest. Rosanna obtained. Nice. You want an easy kill? I mean, that's fine. Like I said, I completely understand. People, you know, this is the PvP server. I get it. I was just find it funny how I'm not bothering him. Just he comes plowing through. Just found it funny. He's also was running, it looked really awkward for his Zerker. Like he had such a long loop that I wanted to give him ask him and be like, do you want me to help you time this? Cause you're running a lot. I did some PvP training with a couple of people from my alliance last night. How'd that turn out? Ended up 1v3ing for them for half an hour. Wow. I guess that's what happens when you get to OP status. I guess now you get to know what I felt like for a while back in the day, when I would take on like 4 or 5 of y'all in the guild at once. Oh, those were the good old days. That'll never happen again, but those were the good old days. My main team is 145,000. So I can do campaign. Yeah. This was on a trial character? Oh, then they're just bad. Never mind. Mystic had potential, she learned quick. That's good. Then again, it also is Mistake. I mean, Mystic. Reminded me of someone. Did that someone like to struggle and cuddle a lot? It was very annoying to kill at times. Cough. Yep. Vaguely sounds familiar. Vaguely. But I wouldn't know. But I did end up chatting with that Zerker for a second. He says he only averages here. He on Arsha with his buffs, which was roughly what mine was. He only averages 5 to 7 an hour here. So I was like, okay, cool. I think he's killing slower than me is what I think it is. Which is weird, because him being able to run to pack like that was a lot more helpful than how I have to manage Stam. So it's weird. Here's a really weird, like, thought process. I would have thought that getting above the 250 cap and in drop rate was going to enable more drops per hour. But I just saw yesterday a 218 outperform a 260 drop rate, which means I think if you hit the long average, it doesn't matter as long as you're above 200. That 200 to 300 drop chance is all roughly the same for this element. But there is nothing really different. Because, like, okay, here's the thing. If I consistently and instantly saw every grind, like, so a way to put this is the last 2 Arsha grinds, if they all instantly slammed 10, okay, I would be like, yeah, I can totally see this. Yeah, it's still RNG, and it's like, if the average is still going to be roughly 4 to 5, does it really matter? Like, then that leads me to ask the next question of, does the node level even matter if you're going for Atanis? Or is Atanis a separate drop rate that cannot be influenced by the actual drop rate? That it is a outside drop chance that we can't control or force up. I know it's tinfoil, but it could be done. It would be a pain so that you couldn't do something like run a 400 drop chance character through an area and just plow through this. Like, is it separated from the drop chance as a separate type of loot drop that the scrolls cannot influence? Because there are drops in the game that cannot be influenced. Like I said, it's a kind of a wild theory, but if you think about it from what we've seen so far, it kind of makes sense. It's affected for sure. Okay. Interesting. Because, like, here's the thing. Cadres, for me, as we were just talking earlier, I could only pull 4 out an hour. It's 3 or 4. It is no more, no less. But here, I can pull out up to, as we did yesterday, we pulled out 18 in 2 hours. I agree. In general, personally, I believe that there is a threshold of item drop rate below 200. That might be a case, but I do get what Valhalla Princess is talking about, is there is... Well, alrighty. What in the crap? That is actually a real drop. Alright. That's why you grind the Arsha servers, for the random stuff like that. But it exists. Huh. Alright. Well, that's cool. We got a Spectre's Energy yesterday. We got, today we get the Manos drop. What's the other, isn't there like one other thing here that can drop? Or have I now collected the Pokédex of all the rare item, or the rare specialty stuff that drops from here? I think that actually is all. So I've got the artifacts to drop. I've got all the Windstones to drop. We now had the Manos Clothes drop. We've had the Spectre Energy drop. Yeah, we got a Manos piece. And we looted two Atanis Elements in one rotation. Just saying. I swear, it's like it knows, it's listening to the conversation. It's like, oh, you're talking crap about drop rate? Here, let me show you what drop rate is about. And we're just like, shut up. Stop showing off. Stop showing off right as I made a very valid point. And then it all comes back to... it's just RNG. Fun fact, in Greece, Manos is actually legit name. Really? Interesting. Is it because the word doesn't exist, or because it actually means something? I surprised myself in game first time. Okay. That has to mean something. That's fair. You'll look it up? Alright. Because I know, like, Japanese people will say words in English just because it doesn't exist in their language. So they'll say the English word because it has a context and meaning outside of whatever they could come up with in Japanese. So that's why I'm curious. Is it something outside of the I say in the English language because that's how we would be pronouncing it. But maybe it's for all we know, it could be a word from some other language that just has its own separate meaning. And there we got an artifact too. We're gonna get a Spectre's Energy and we collect all the rare Pokemon in this one run. That bugged little woodland guy is really getting annoying. Like I'm not able to target him, or I can target him, but I cannot kill him. He's invulnerable. And that, because I've got this thing on auto target, is really annoying. I need to technically turn that off, but boy does it make useful for jumping pack to pack like this. Because it snaps right to them. Ooh, wow, this feels like a really bad hour. I gotta pull up 4,000 trash in 6 minutes. Alright, time to buckle down and kick some butt. Engage the hyperdrive, Captain. Exactly. So it's a little more than, I think, just right around 200 mobs I kill in my circuit. Depending on what is spawned up and not spawned up when I come through. According to the Marnie Stone thing. Because I had one of those. So yeah, I've got, oh yeah, I had the Marnie Stone drop. So yeah, we've caught all the rare Pokemon here at this point. So within less than 10 hours, I pulled all of them up. Also, I realized yesterday that when I was looking at my skills that I was missing one of the skills that I use when I spin around. I was missing the absolute of it. So now I can actually, like, it'll actually kill the mob pack and not do, like, 3/4 of their health. Best part about being a scholar, you're knowledgeable. Or does it have to do something with me hammers? Oh, you and your stupid little fall damage thing. I can do that. I can do it less than that. I just got to use a fairy's tear. So nice. Yeah, no, I get that. It's not the yellow I wanted to see. Yeah, I get it. It's a little unreasonable for everyone to have it, but I do get it. A rather shiny chest appeared as I dashed away. I will say, I think I'm gonna miss the 360 block from Valk when that gets taken away. That's been one of the cool things about her for tanking fights, but I get the skill aspect of... she's blocking with her shield, but I also get the idea of holy barrier around her, which kind of makes sense cool, too. Which is kind of cool, so... But I get what makes it OP and all that stuff, but... Then again, do we really trust them to balance the game properly? I'll be lurking. All right, good luck on your grind. May RNG bless you. Oh, hey, another Atanis Element in the hour. All right. All right, we got 29,000, so we averaged out. Okay, so let's go for one more tent buff, and then, we'll go for one more tent buff here. For your duo demo. Ooh, or a duo demo. Oh, you're due for a demo. I see. I got it. One every 4 hours. Okay. I mean, it kind of explains why they're so expensive, too, per ring. Or per piece, I should say. You gotta grind 4 hours for it. That explains. Oh yeah, I can probably turn night vision off. So we're not straining our eyes, looking at that bright, washed out screen. A rather shiny chest has appeared. Stop doing this when I'm walking away. But thank you for the old moon books. I do greatly appreciate that. No, why would I go ice fishing? Drop buff. More AP, DP, experience. Huh? What? It's up by Valia. I didn't mean to kill that pack. Tunnel vision. I'm gonna be real. I didn't realize there was a buff to it. I heard people talking about it. I saw the GMs showing, it's an event. I mean, I'm literally sitting right at the cap already for me, so it's not really worth. If I was grinding a treasure item, like a real treasure item and not just the pity piece of this, I'd probably be way more willing. But seeing that I've seen a 100% or, well, a 60% increase of drop chance and I'm getting basically what I'm getting on a normal server, it's not enough to impress me to go add another 5 or 10% more. Yeah, it's 10% more. 10%, but that is not 10% more likely to get the item. Whoops, I realized which one I had used first. But I used that one. I did not. That was the one I needed to use. I'm gonna be real. It's gonna be a little weird if I jump back over to my ranger for a bit. Because supposedly they're doing this a little bit faster than Valkyrie. But I don't know how now, because I thought it was based off the dash was based off of MP for the longest time. But now it's over on stamina, so I have no idea. How Ranger's getting through this so much faster. Because there's about 3,000 to 5,000 trash drops more on the average than my Valkyrie. Not that that's a ton here, but that tells me they're getting another like 10 minutes worth of mobs that I'm not getting. It's roughly what that equates to. So their 60 minutes is roughly 70 minutes for me. So every 6 hours they gain a free hour. I have to grind extra. So that's why I'm curious to try it out. I'm sure it'll take me a minute to get back up and get used to Ranger again. Good lord. Although I do like the absolute brain deadness of doing this on the Valk. This is great. But, as to give you all something else to see, we can run the Ranger so it's a little bit different. Visual. And really audible experience, too. Honestly, should I just go buy a bunch of stamina crystals and just throw them in and just run around with giga stamina on my Ranger? Would be fun. And just like Q cancel everything. Although they're doing it on Awakened Ranger, so that does mean they're dashing with the Twin Blades. Now, as a fun little backstory rant I had, I always swore that the Ranger needed the great bow, and the Archer needed the swords. Because to me, it made sense. He's got the crossbolt thing system, and then he wants, you know, probably something close range, because he's a more he feels like at that point a much tighter focused character in how his crossbow section worked. I was like, well, if you gave him the Ranger's kit with the Kamasilvian sword, it fit him. And then the Ranger, to me, seemed like it fit better to have her with the great bow. But I get what they turned the Ranger into. It was just, I always felt the Ranger Awakening was a little off for her. Like, Warrior made 100% sense. Because I'm pretty sure it was Warrior Sork Ranger. Or it might have been Ranger, or Warrior Ranger Sork. He's a Ranger. I mean, fair. But I don't know, I just felt like you wouldn't have called the archer an archer anymore. Like, I get it because of the great bow. I get why he got his name and why he got his class set up, but I just felt like when I looked at the ranger, I was like, yeah, no, this makes sense. The longbow would have been a great addition to her. But then she'd have just been, it would literally have, I get why they did it. It balanced her out. It allowed her to take on headfront confrontations a lot easier. And good lord, it made making warriors look like child's play. They could have swapped names. Yeah. It really would have been. Like, I remember seeing the, the Awakening drop for Ranger, and I was like, okay, this will be interesting. Watching a warrior's block melt to 0 is wonderful. They're all like, I'm dashing, and I'm blocking, and I'm dashing, and I'm blocking, and I'm like, ha! Joke's on you. And then you get somebody like Valkyrie that you get to listen back as you kill. This Ranger just blew my guard in one skill. How is this balanced? Bro, you're the one who's getting an AP DP buff every freaking 2 seconds you hold that block. I don't want to hear anything. Yes, I grabbed you and put you on your back and gave you the Kama Sylvian Hakai. But I'll tell you what, they were annoying as crap to use in Guild War. Good lord, I tried that a couple times. Like, I could do well, but it was just like, I was literally a poker. I go in, I poke, and I leave. And everyone's like, dude, where are you? I'm like, I just killed 3. Good luck. I gotta go recover most of my health. At, you know, whatever, what was it? Like 4-second, 5-second potion cooldowns at that time? Something stupid because they would refuse to give us these potions back in the day? So, yeah, good times. Good times. Man, that was an argument I constantly had. Like, why does Korea have the stupid better pots than us? People thought I was crazy. I remember for the longest time, I would have arguments with so many people over this on stream. They're like, dude, we have the best potions in the game. I'm like, no, we don't. There's a little gold tag version that Korea has. Oh, those are pay to win. No, they're not. You can see them buying them from the normal market person. And I'm like, and then I looked it up on the Korean's thing. I had to translate it. I'm like, it literally says 3-second cooldown. Nothing's different. It's just 3 seconds. Well, it's Korea. They're like so much further ahead of us. I'm like, are they though? At the time, it was like, yeah, they're ahead, but we're basically grinding the same spots now. Time does not mean where we are in the game. It just means we're grinding the same things, but with a slower pot speed. And our node wars and guild wars were annoying. But then again, it was Cacao. What could we say? They didn't know how to manage the game for anything. I'll wait. I will sit here if anybody wants to try to defend one good thing Cacao did. I'd like to hear it. I will respectfully listen. So, one good thing Cacao actually did that wasn't pushed by PA. Server merge, pushed by PA. Server transfer was pushed by PA. When we got them to transfer from whatever trash server hosting that they were using where the game went down for like 48 hours. They sold to PA. Okay, you know what? It wasn't that they sold to PA. Their contract expired to PA. They couldn't publish the game anymore because PA wouldn't sell it back to them, I think. Or sell them another license to it because they were bringing it all internal finally. I don't think it was that they sold to PA unless I misunderstood that transaction. I thought it was just the contract expired and PA didn't want to give it back to them. Because they literally mishandled the entire game. Ruined. Black Desert. The fact that the Koreans had such a better experience in the game than we had over on our end. They pulled a Bungie with Activision. I mean, that's fair. You know, I just realized something. You're an Achman grinding the Lantern Achman, and you have time to chat. How much time do you have between pack pulls in there? Or are you just sitting there guarding? I don't even think do you have a block? Not a lot. Okay. So right now we're averaging 6 an hour. This isn't horrible. Now, the one that, according to Garmoth, does the best trash per hour here is Suck Musa. And I'm like, it's Suck Musa. What do you expect? Like, We all remember seeing them dashing around all over the place. It's like, bruh, of course. God, I still remember listening to Grimm's run around. Heck, even Narama's Musa back when I met him. I mean, literally, it's as fast as you can click, you can... And then if you really knew what you're doing, you had the double dash, which only the skilled Musas and Meiwas knew. What can be done about boredom? Nothing. There is nothing that can be done with boredom. Other than chat with people and try to not go insane. That is what can be done about boredom. You have to have a little fun, or else you will literally lose your sanity doing this. Yes, it's just not in your control normally. Either you talk to yourself and you sound like you're going crazy, or you go crazy. Or you actually have somebody to talk to. Watch TV. Watch hentai. Got it. You do daily? Nice. Well, that's just nothing normal, nothing out of the unusual for you. Exactly. You are completely right. Yep. I have some crazy conversations with myself too. You'd be shocked. Especially when I'm writing, I really have some conversations. Because, hey, guess what? That's how you write a freaking novel is you have to talk to yourself. And you have to play both parties. Or else it's very boring to write. I will say, there definitely becomes times where I have favorite characters I like writing with. It's like, it's just like that one character that keeps showing up and you're just like, it's time. I get to have some fun. I was just writing one of those here a couple days ago. I was actually, well, okay. I was actually listening to a playback of it this morning, and checking the, checking my sentence structure and stuff like that. And I'm like, good lord, I enjoy writing this character. It's not the main character, it's just a character that shows up in the story, and I was like, this character's fun to write. Because it's like, if you set rules like, this character can't talk about this. This character won't ever say this. This is the character that's gonna get in trouble with what they say. And those typically are the fun ones to, you know, say some stuff that's borderline could get them killed. It's like, yeah, you're able to say this kind of stuff because you are that character. You've watched Has-Been 8 times. So that's now, okay, now here's something I can say. I don't really ever do. I don't watch when I'm like, whenever I'm like grinding stuff, because I would rather listen to somebody. Like, I'll pop into somebody's stream and just listen to them. But, like, if it comes to, like, watching an anime or a movie, I don't want to do that because I actually want to see what's going on the screen. I don't want to be half paying attention. See, Overlord for you is like an audiobook, a visual audiobook at this point. I don't even think you can say you've actually watched it. That's like a visual audiobook. ADHD is terrible now. It's more for me just to have something to kind of keep me going. You know, to kind of stay like I'm listening to a conversation to help take away my, help ease the pain of what I'm actually doing here. You know, it helps numb, it helps also just pass the time because you get it. You're focused on what you're doing, but you're listening to this conversation, and it's like, okay, cool. I just realized 30 minutes passed by, and great. I've only got 30 minutes left. Ah, I saw it. That time I got it. I saw it spawn right at my feet. Right? I did get it. Okay. Gotta go. I would like to get 2 more Atanis Elements, and I'll feel good about this hour. I'll put in, I think in total here, I will put in another 3 or 4 Arsha hours, and then I'm gonna look at the data. And see what really is my difference. Like, I need to calculate roughly how long it took me to get a jackpot run. And then see how quickly that jackpot run comes again on Arsha. Because that's, I think, what we kind of are looking for. Is how often do those really, really good runs show up in terms of the RNG drop. Because if they average out to be the same on non-Arsha to Arsha, it does not matter to be here. Outside of the other drop rates. So I think we've got... I want to say we've got at least 6-7 hours off Arsha. And this will be our number 3 for an Arsha run. So I would need, like I said, about 4 more hours I would like to get off of it. To really be able to have a good sample size. And hopefully we get that jackpot run that we're looking for. Where it's like that 10, 12, 15 Atanis Elements an hour that we haven't actually got yet. We got close off of the non-Arsha run. That last hour before we jumped over to Arsha, we actually had that. And then I had it several hours prior to that on the data sheet, but that was a different drop rate. So I have to be careful with using that data. So that's why I'm trying to go from that forward. How many did it take till I got a new jackpot run? We've got 25 minutes left on this run, and probably the final run for the day. Or at least for stream. I might try to do one more at dinner. And then we'll get that data done while we go ride to Grana. Then from Grana, we'll go do our world boss, or not our world boss, but our rift bosses. So I'll get distracted by the video and only pay attention to the game. It's story-based. No, I get that. No, I completely get that. You want to focus on one thing. You don't want to have your attention drawn that deep out, especially when it's something important and story-based. But like this, which has no story right now, no, that's totally... I could probably glance over and kind of keep an eye, but I would rather watch the full visual of the thing that's playing than what I'm doing here, and then that would ruin the grind. That I'm trying to do here. Need multiple audio inputs to focus. I mean, that's understandable. Stops it fills your mind so that you can. It's processing several different. It's the satisfaction of processing several different things at once, is I believe what you're really after. Alright. 22 minutes. Actually, if we're within like an hour or so of getting a Marnie box, I think. And that's 20,000 to disappointment. Or as Valhalla Princess would say, to lantern fuel. Which, unfortunately for me, all lantern fuel needs to be turned into silver because somebody needs to buy a 10 billion silver flame. can almost just grind it. I don't think so. Those bros really hurt. Like, sure, I could still C10 my boots. But those bros really hurt. Like, I don't know exactly what my DP is once I C10 my boots. I think they're 4 now. So, add 9 DP, I'm 390 DP. And unfortunately, going to duo is going to downgrade my, my boss pieces, so trying to get that secondary tick is going to be way too annoying, so I'd rather not downgrade that right now. But that's where the DP comes from. I could technically try to get the DP on my Vel's Heart. Get the completed Vel's Heart thing. But again, it's I've got so much money. I have so many billions tied up. You did it at 390? It's the AP that's killing me? Fair. Well, at some point we'll get caught up. We got 3 guaranteed coming in an upgrade some point whenever they release the new Gentina accessory system, which will probably be summer, knowing us. Or, honestly, no, April is the anniversary of BDO on Global, so they might do it then. But till then, it's saving up every Blackstone I get. 17,000 Blackstones later. You think that's 2-3 weeks away tops? Huh. Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Well, then I am nowhere near ready to get that. And I have to save for the flames, so I can't. That's 10 bill that is just on hold. Like, I can easily pull from the fund of going to, like, C10 my boots. That's fine. I don't give a crap about that. We'll probably loot most of the Kafirs for that. But that's also Blackstones that I'm having to eat into the Kafirs. So we went 10 minutes and it would not cough up an Atanis Element. We need to stop off at the horse on this pass. I think one of the things that really sucks for me is I am so close, but yet so far away to being able to make a lot of money on a trade run. I have the mats, I can't process it fast enough. Even with my processing, I just can't get through it quick enough. And then my next hurdle, the biggest hurdle, is the time to send it over. I could theoretically probably crank it all out and get all the mats processed, get a bazillion freaking workbenches running, and run crates. Like, max out my Valencia workers. Just load them as many as I can get in there. But it's shipping them. I can only ship 1,050 at a time. Why they haven't added another shipping system, or another, like, so you can send more than one at a time, is beyond me. It's like they've bottlenecked this thing so much, because it is good money, but it still takes for freaking ever to do. Why? I've never understood this. Well, the rework has nothing to do with trade crates, though. The rework is only for active trade items. It's not for trade crating or fishing or anything of that nature. It's just for trade crates, or the physical trade system. So where you go up to a trade vendor and buy something from them, it has nothing to do. Yeah, unfortunately, it has nothing to do with crates. The only thing that would actually buff crates is Manos, but they realized that Manos would absolutely 1000% break trading. It would become the most singular profitable thing to do. Which it was for the longest time, and then they finally made grinding more lucrative than trading. Because all the PvE grinders were crying out that their time was lost in vain because they don't want to sit in life skill. Or you had people like Biohack, who was literally trash at the game, outside of being able to make money and smash gear. Could not play to save his life. But he looked cool doing it. Because he had a trillion silver and a bazillion ways to smash, and he had a billion ways to smash the next pen whatever that showed up. So, I mean, like, I get it. But it's like, the scariest people were the ones that actually deeply knew their classes and were just a little less geared than him. Those were terrifying to fight. Fighting him in RBF was a joke. Yeah, you get hit by him, you explode. Like, there were several times I got hit with him, and Big and Shiny was another one. Getting hit by Big and Shiny sucked. And Zethian, you just ran. You see Zethian, you're just like, nope, turn the other way. Don't even give him the chance. Don't even give him the satisfaction. Blade Joe quest. Blade didn't make it out of the zone long enough to do anything. Blade basically hugged the safe zone for just about everything. Because he knew 2 seconds outside that safe zone, he was dead. For as many people as he had watching. I mean, I White Knighted him once during Ninja Awakening. He really wanted to get Ninja Awakening. And there was a ninja that kept jumping him at, where was it? It was at Tungrad is where he was up at in Medea. Trying to get through that stage of the Ninja Awakening quest line. And a ninja would not get off of him. And I went up there on my Valk and just kept putting that ninja into the dirt. I partied up with him so that he could go do the quest and finish it. And I kept that ninja underground until he finished his quest. That was the one time I White Knighted him. Because he really wanted to get it done, and it was quite annoying to watch. Like, the guy would not let him get to the node to go into that room. But Blade got very geared, yes, but he was not biohack geared with full pen, everything giga meta. But I mean, I'll be real. I did not see Blade's gear before he sold the final everything off. And he bought everybody's random items that wouldn't sell. Because I remember him doing that as he was quitting. He took all the money he had, and he bought everything that the community couldn't sell. He bought off of them. And now probably joke's on them. He probably has more money sitting on that account than any of them. With some of the items that they bought, because it probably flipped over and now it's all these needed items. Because that's kind of how karma goes in Black Desert. The item that doesn't really sell. Oh yeah. He studied markets very well. I give him credit for that. That was very impressive. I'm just mad he saw the same thing I saw. And he didn't talk about it at all on his stream. And I went into the same market as him. Oh, God, it was... And then when all of a sudden he started talking about it one day, I'm like, oh, crap. I'm that guy he's talking about. Because he was talking about some random person. He says, there was an item one day that we were talking about. He says, all of a sudden, they started just dropping. And I'm like... And he's like, I was trying to actually buy this out. And he's like, who in the world knows about this? And I'm like, oh, that was me. I knew immediately what he was. Also, I remember the Perfume of Courage thing back when they were 500,000 apiece. He went away on his screen, and I started watching some of the top listed items because he said there's an item that is going to be of high value someday. I started watching, and I was like, I went over and I looked, and all of a sudden I started seeing Perfumes of Courage drop at 100 at a time, and I'm like, I typed in his chat, I said, he's buying up all the Perfumes of Courage, if you're wondering. And then I got timed out. From one of his mods. But it was the truth. He actually was buying up all the Perfumes of Courage at one point. Because he went into his think tank or whatever the thing was called. Or no, that was Zethian had the think tank. Or did he get it from Blade? And then he literally made it a thinking tank. Like tank. Actual like M1 Abrams tank. I think he kissed a meme on Blade. I think is what it ended up being. I think Blade actually had the real one. And Zethian memed on it and literally got somebody to Photoshop an opened of a hole of a tank so he could put himself inside the cavity when he would need to go do illicit activities on the central market. But there is something that you will not hear me do ever on stream. I will never tell you how to break a market. Ever. Because we saw what happened when Blade would demonstrate or even remotely show something. You just don't do that stuff on stream. If you think it could be a game-breaking market, you don't talk about it. You don't do it because as soon as you do it, it's gone. That market now goes out to many, 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 many people. And now that margin that you had is just gone. So unless in the next 2 minutes... No, that's insider trading. Listen. If I make a video talking about how good feed is, and then all of a sudden it starts saying how, how you make, 300 mil an hour grinding good feed. Or whatever it was. I can't remember who did it. If it was in Sendar or who did it. They made a video. It came out saying you can make X amount of dollars per hour if you were to make this item. And then when everybody and their mother watches that video and they start making good feed, you're now making a fraction of that because everybody's now listing it, trying to make a little bit of money because it's a flooded market. That is not insider trading. That's just unfortunate reality of people being stupid with making these videos that explain markets. Because there's one right now that people do not know about, and it is very lucrative. And I'm not going to say anything more than that. There is one that nobody looks at that is insanely lucrative. If you know it, and if you know where it's at, it's great. There is something that nobody really looks at. Do I do it often? No. But is it worth getting into? Yeah, there is an industry in there that is... If you want to make money, it is possible. The numbers are there. It's quick money. and it's something people just don't look at. But, like, he would actually do this, though, for people. And then the people would end up saying, you know, what he ended up telling him. Because he would tell them stuff off the stream that wasn't, like, going to be game-breaking. Because it was, like, stuff everybody knew. Like, Cook's Clothes was, like, a great moneymaker. Because why? Not one even if you put 50... or 500 or 5,000 people making Cook's Clothes at that time, you could not keep enough of them on the market. Like, he knew that you could not flood that market, really, at that day and age. Because we all needed plus 4, 3, 4, 5 Cook's Clothes, or whatever the big one was at the time. So, it's like certain versions of those markets. Yeah, we can talk about those all day long. But we can't talk about, we can't go talk about, you know, let's say at the time it would have been fishing rods. Let's say fishing rods were the big money maker. You couldn't go out and make a video talking about how I'm making 600 mil an hour selling fishing rods. You know, that pie in the sky only happens once every, what is it, every fishing event? Big, like, that summer and that, whenever koi fishing comes up, is when people, the fishing market explodes and you can make, like, 300-400 mil an hour just making fishing rods and selling them. Like, but that's something that just, like, I don't know why, I've never understood it. I always felt like that market would burn out, but it didn't. Oh, we're done. Whoops, I just went through that whole thing. So we averaged 6 an hour here. Unfortunate. We literally went 40 minutes and didn't see a single Atanis element. Alright. We got 2 in the first 40 minutes and then we didn't see, or in the first 20 minutes and then we didn't see a single one. So Arsha's really starting to shape up that it is really kind of not different. Alright, so let's, I'm not going to be able to see chat for a minute because we're going to need to do our money thing here. Like, I can kind of see you guys over there. Well, let's go enter this polyforest grind. Alright, so we did 2 hours. I will need to... We didn't do Agris. We had the buffs there. Alright, so we had armor. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. We had 8 chest plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boots. We know we had 2 artifacts. 3 artifacts. 1 Manos clothes. We have 8, 16, 24, 31 alchemy stones. And then we had 15 voodoo dolls, 27 pure forest breaths, 116 traces of forest, 107 water spirit fragments, 32 of the stupid Azula orbs, 12 of the pure mass black magics. We didn't have any Spectre's energy. We looted... This is odd. We looted 5 of the fire. Well, that's weird. And 6 of you. Alright, we looted 12 Atanis Elements, 58 Caphras Stones, 188 Spirit's Dust, 107 weapons, 92 armors, and then 59,965. Alright, and if we take the Atanis out, we earned 549.3 mil per hour without pity pieces. Harsha grind. Alright, so we had 12 of those. So let's look this back one more time. It is 55965 92 107 58 12 8 9. I know those are correct. 31. I know that's correct. 15 27 116 32 12 050631. Correct. Save. So interesting results there.
One lapis lazuli and one hammer are all I need to fix anything.
His thing is literally a Atanis Element. I wonder what you grind. So, alright. We made 12 more of those for this hour. Let's go to Medea, Tarif, and let's put the water spirit fragments in there, and the spirit dust, the Caphras, the Blackstones. And that's it here. Then we go to Serendia, where we drop off the alchemy ingredients of the truffle mushrooms, which I'm shocked that they haven't added those to the system yet. Let's add in the traces of forest. Go to the ocean, throw in the scrolls here. Actually throw all those in. And then Balanos for that piece up there. Olvia, check that in. And then Tarif, there it is. Throw that in.
There are lots of things that can be bought with money, but wouldn't a nice hot supper be true happiness?
Oh, I had 33 of those, not 31. Edit. 33. Not that that really changes much, but it's 33. We've hit basically peak efficiency, which is unfortunate. Like, we're not getting anything really different. At some point, I think we're just gonna vendor the shoes. Yeah, I don't want to spend... What is it? Is it 20 million to purify this thing? Oh, yeah, no, we're not... Yeah, sell these. We're not going to make these things. That needs... The Trace of Forest needs to go back into Glish. Alright. Oh yeah, let's get these gold bars too. Currency exchange.
Soon you will see how gears are fixed without fire.
$1.5 bill an hour at Ackman.
Training is needed for everyone.
That's not bad. What's dumb is that I am technically doing roughly the same at 800. Like, I'm doing 800 mil an hour at Polys. That makes me feel really bad about where I'm at in the game. That I'm pulling 800 mil at Polys, and you're pulling 1.5 at Ackman.
I can organize perfectly. Here, what should be here?
Alright, let's go do these bosses. So, let's talk about this. A little broken down. This was a lucky hour. I got pulled 4 Tungrat earrings, which made a duo and a base. Nice. So, we just put in... we have 12 hours total now at Polly's Forest. In those 12 hours, we are averaging 7.1 Atanis Elements an hour. We've had one... We had 1 hour of 11 Atanis Elements in an hour and 7. But it's looking like we're averaging 7 per hour no matter where we are. I haven't pulled a 6 in... Or I haven't pulled a 3 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Or 2, 4... Well, those are technically Arshas, so... I haven't pulled 3 in 2, 3, 4, 5. In 5 hours of grinding, I haven't pulled a 3 Atanis Element in an hour at Polly's. Now, these have been 288 drop chances at... We've had 288 drop chances, 2 runs of that now on Arsha. The only thing that really stands out to me is the increased... Well, no, because actually 33 in 2 hours is actually really bad for those Spirit Stones. Because we're getting 20 in 1 hour on the normal. Can I, like, get off my back, please? Whoops. That's the big suck. That is, unfortunately, the big suck. Alright, we got a Valkyrie belt and a Leighton. Alright. Yay, lantern fodder. Yay, money to buy things to eventually have lantern fodder. Alright, now let's go to the other one. Oh yeah, we got a mystical feather too. Yeah, we'll sell it. I've sold them all so far. Like I said, I don't care about the giga-tiered dream horses. Tier 10 does nothing for me. $750 mil gets added into that now. $4.6. We're almost halfway there. We are almost halfway there. The quest chain's done, so we don't have to go do that. All we have to do is get flame, hit C10, and then whenever it shows up, we have it. But I need to get AP, according to Valhalla Princess. So, once we have our potions, we'll have a large chunk of the Caphras. I'm near sure of it. Because let's see, we're at Caphra level 4. How am I making you the bad guy? Well, I'm just saying, you're the one saying I need the AP if I'm going to be trying to grind places like that. Which I get. I know it's not great. Like, I know I need... Let's see here. Open... You should try Underground. That's really good money, and you have the gear now. Okay. So I have 368... 368 Caphras, and currently 1,034 dust. I still need 5,650. So, I mean, we're a ways away, but we right now could theoretically take our boots up to Caphra level 5. No, we need 713 for 5. Well, it's not that you're ADHDing me with the grind spots. It's like 100 Caphras an hour. So we have to finish the potion. Like, so I get the potion grind is now. That's 600 Atanis Elements, and then we go forward. But let's just put this in perspective as we duplicate this tab and open up another Garmoth. Let's see here. Grind Tracker. Polly's Forest. So my average on Spirit Dust is 83 an hour. On Spirit Dust. So let's see here. Grab a calculator. So let's say it's 16 Caphras there plus the average of 25. So let's see here. I'm looking at 41 Caphras an hour currently. So in raw Caphras, and let's see here, times, we're roughly looking at, I think we said around... Well, hold on. Let me just do this. Let's see where we currently are. We are... Atanis is in... Well, I would imagine 100 raw Caphras is phenomenal. Commacilv. We have 171, or well, hold on. 600 divided by, or 600 minus 171 divided by 7.1. We're still at 60.4 hours, so 60 times 41. We're only gonna have 2,000 of those Caphras, roughly on average, when we get done. We'll have roughly 2,460 outside of events and other random crap. That's just from roughly grinding polys. We'll end up with that at the very, very end. So we still would need 3,000 or more. That's gross. By the way. Underground Gyphon. Jeez. But you do try? No, I mean, that's respectable to even just have that. Alright. Let's drop you off up here. So, I mean, it's not like we're gonna end up with C10 boots at the end of grinding this. That's not gonna happen at all. Be cool, but it's not gonna happen. You raged really quick. Cadre ring, alright. So we got some cron stones and we got some cadre rings. Central market, throw that up. So what made cadre rings jump up from 5 mil per ring to 40 mil a ring? What ended up happening that people just all of a sudden started getting a rage boner for cadre rings? I'm actually kind of curious what happened. Evasion builds? Fair. But it's a DR ring. That's the funny thing. The cadre ring was a... I see. That makes sense. Alright, I got 1 hour till I have to... I got 45 minutes till I need to leave. Okay. Alright. So let's ride back here. So we took care of that. Alright, so... let's go take a look at... Alright, so 300 minus 171 divided by 7.1 is we are looking at 18 hours roughly to get our first full potion. Is roughly what we're away from getting this. Divided by 3. 6 days if I don't put in some extra time. So if I can gain 1 more hour today, there's 1. Could I get 4 hours in a day? 3 on stream and 1 off stream. Is that actually possible? So 3, 6, 9. So that's 12. 13. It would be roughly Sunday I get this first pot. And then I have to figure out how the frick to go get the darn thing. I have no idea how to actually go do it once I get the piece. So I'll have to figure out actually what I need to make the MP pot. Using the Atanis Elements. Is that the chick you buy the buffs from in Commonsylv? let's go look at the Grana storage. Kamasilv, Grana. Yeah, the fountain. Okay, so what are we doing? We're basically, if I'm looking at this, what are we buying? We're just buying the 3 pieces needed for it. And then I have to go get, isn't there like other crap to make this thing? Gotta go get ready for work. I'll be back in 20. I'll be heading off in just a minute. I've got a meeting I gotta go to in about 30 minutes. I'll need to leave. So I'm about to get off in just a few minutes, which is also why I got on a little earlier. But we'll see you tomorrow for sure. To 1-to-1 ratio. It allows you to grinds more spots than the message. Okay. Okay, so Atanis potion pieces, MP. MP potion guide. Okay, so I need 100 dragon scale fossils and rumbling earth shards to get 2 other pieces. So I need to save up the rumbling earth shards as I get them. Honestly, we could pull that out of my butt really quick. The rumbling shard's the easy part. The dragon scale fossils, not so much. It's 34 mil. $43 mil. Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy the 100. They're min price. Alright. So we've got the scale, so now we need the rumbling earth shards. Oh, 6.8 mil for these? Yeah, I'll just go ahead and buy them. Oh, I can't buy it because I have an order to sell them. Cancel. I already have 25. Oh. Good to know. You can't actually buy these if you own them. Okay, so now I just need 75. Done. Alright, so I have both pieces ready to go for that potion. I just need to get that surprise Pikachu face, right? Okay, so now I just need to exchange Voltara Clairvoyance. I need to get a Gland and a Narctier. All right. From tanning certain mobs, there is no way I would go out and do that. I'm not going out there and go tanning them things. Oh, heck no. All right. It was hell. I would imagine. Look, and I've got an account with 558 energy and like, what, 20-something characters? I'm not hurting for energy. I would just be, well, I mean, I'm hurting for energy because I'm slamming it into nodes right now, but you get what I'm saying. If I just let that all spool up and then go sit, I'm not hurting for energy. I just would be bored out of my mind. Alright. Infinite HP pot. Alright, so I will need... Oh. I'll need 300 Prideaux leaves and 30 Garmoth scales. Save the... I need to save the... I need to save my Garmoth scales that I get killing Garmoth. Which I haven't sold any, I don't think. Oh, I have the 30 right now just sitting on my character. Done. Okay, now here's the worst part. I think I just turned in like a crap ton of these. Okay, you get them for completing... You can get them for completing certain quests. Kama main gives a ton... I know, I just turned all mine in. I literally just ran the Kama quest chain. I'm looking to see if, like, scrolls drop this. Like, hold on. Yes. Wait, no, that's the pedal. I think that's the red one. if I remember correctly. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to grind those up at some point. Because that is gonna be the bottleneck for me. When we get to the HP pot. Alright, that is my alarm. I don't have much time left. Alright, so I will... Oh, you can get 173 in a day if you do all the dailies according to this. So in total, it would take me 2 days to sit down and do this. And we can get them from a daily quest. So, that's not horrible. That could be a grind all in itself. That's if they are all still accurate and still dropping this. Okay. We'll have to check this out, and we'll need to do this rotation at some point once we get the 600 Atanis pieces. Darn, though. I had, like, several hundred of those things. I shouldn't have done it. But I just ran my Valk through, so... Whoops. Hello there, how's it going? Alright, let's head over here and, regret some decisions, but whatever, it's not the end of the world. The Garmont scales, done. We got that. Oh. All right.
Are you here to pick your item? Where did I store it?
Let's grab. Did reset happen?
Don't worry.
Yes.
Power of spirit when you carry it.
Good, we get to make a little more money today. Just a little bit, but it still counts. It counts for a lot of money. I've barely hit scratch the surface of packing those.
Rana is always ready to embrace new cultures.
Barely scratched the surface. Oh, I just royally screwed up. Oh, man, that sucks. Oh, well. Whatever. Rip. Always tomorrow. Well, I lost, like 30 mil. Who cares?
I can organize
It's like
perfectly.
20 minutes of centaurs.
What's
The sad thing. Yeah, I'll process that. I'll come back and grab that after my shower. Oh yeah, it happens. It's a random oops. I do that maybe like once a month, where I randomly come in and grab the I forget to switch the clothes. I'll grab the artifact over, but I'll not do the clothes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get things shut down. I gotta go a little earlier today. Tomorrow we'll try to grind out 3 solid hours. No, wait, tomorrow's Wednesday. Servers will be down, so I won't be able to do it. So tomorrow's probably Minecraft. I also need to get the schedule set up. And then we'll get back to the grind. But thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. We're going to shut X and YouTube down, and then we're going to go find somebody to raid over here on Twitch. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. We're slowly making progress. Slowly but surely, we're making progress. Thanks for the stream. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Great having you here. We'll be back on, like I said, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. my time, 2 hours ago your time. We'll continue on this grind. I actually have been almost live for 3 hours, though. So yeah, tune in tomorrow for some chill Minecraft, and then we'll be back Wednesday or Thursday on the deep balls deep grind for Atanis Elements. 6 days. I should have it. Let's see if that happens. All right, guys, y'all take care, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right.